Okay, let's go ahead and get things underway. I'm going to go ahead and just do these things. There we go. Hey, everyone. Spidey Librarian here, and sorry for the late start. I just stepped out of the shower. Like, I think it was 1:59 when I stepped out of the shower, and I was like, oh, I need to start the stream in like a minute. So that's why we got started a little late. But I appreciate you sticking around, and welcome to Classics Revisited. This, of course, is the live streaming show where I watch a movie, a classic movie that I've enjoyed on the channel, and react to it. And today, we're going to be watching a movie that I have not seen probably in very nearly 40 years. We're going to be watching The Monster Squad, which I don't think was particularly successful at its time. I just remember seeing the commercials for it as a kid and going, I want to watch that. And I enjoyed it as a kid. Now, I don't know how it's going to hold up now that I am, you know, at least physically grown up, but we'll see, because I am not mentally grown up, and you never know, that might make all the difference. So, anyways, sorry, haven't eaten much either, so. Anyways, let me see. Hey, CG, how you doing? Hope that the film holds up for you. Me too. Me too. We're gonna find out very soon, though. Let's see. I guess at this point we'll go ahead and just start with the sound test. So, give me one moment here. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the desktop audio. Plug in my headphones. Tell Windows that I just plugged in headphones. Get rid of the stupid pop-up from Malwarebytes. All right. Okay. The film didn't get great reviews, but it does have a lot of fans. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this were a cult classic. That would not surprise me at all. If I recall correctly, it's pretty damn campy. But I'm okay with that, clearly, you know. Okay, so let's see. All right, so desktop audio is off. I have got... okay, I'm going to go ahead and just click on the show. Okay, I'm currently getting a commercial on Amazon Prime for the Addams Family animated movie. You guys hopefully can't hear it. If you can, let me know. If you can't, let me know. And let's see. All right, I went ahead and skipped it. And we have a very silent intro. 100 years before the story begins, it was a time of great darkness in Transylvania. Okay, a time when, okay, a little bit of thunder playing. Okay, all right. To save mankind from the forces of eternal evil. They blew it. Tells you a lot about how the tone of this movie is going to be. All right, so that was actually about 40 seconds there, but I heard it. Hopefully you guys didn't. And apparently I need to blow my nose again. Hold on. Okay, and I'm gonna go throw these away. I'm gonna go let trouble in, and I'll be right back. What? I'm gonna. There we go. All right, so I have. I also took a second to turn on my air conditioner because I needed it. Um, we're at the hottest part of the day, so okay. Oh, excuse me. All right. You've seen a couple of animated Addams Family films, and they're good. Okay. Um, I'm not interested in them at this time, but you never know. Maybe I'll get around to watching season 2 of Wednesday, and I'll change my tune. I definitely like Addams Family Values. That is the Thanksgiving film that I show at the library. And I think a lot of my teens are sick of it, but they haven't been able to come up with a good Thanksgiving movie that we are actually allowed to show at the library. So, yes, trouble. What's wrong? What? What? What is it? I think someone wants treats. I think I'm going to get her treats, and then we'll get started. Sorry. All right, there we go. The queen got her treats, so we should be good now. All right, so the Monster Squad. Okay. I think we're mostly good to go. Now, CG, I know you're here. Uh, have you seen this before? And if not, are you going to be watching it? I'm actually really curious to know because this is a movie from when I was like, I don't know, maybe 10 years old at the most. And so I definitely I definitely remember having strong feelings about it as a kid. I have no idea how it's going to go this time, so I don't know. I'm just curious. Let me know. Let me know. Okay. In the meantime, I guess we can go ahead and get started. But before we do, if you are new to this VOD or this live stream and you're not sure what to expect, if you're here looking for audio and video from the movie in question, you are, I'm afraid, not going to find it. What you see here is basically what you get. Camera's pointed at me. I'll be reacting to what we're watching, and that's pretty much it. Now, you do have the opportunity to watch this movie along with me, and that's why we've got the timer right there. um, And so you'll be able to see where I am in the movie. You'll be able to join in at whatever point you can join in at, and kind of watch it along with me and see my reactions to it. This will also be used to make reaction video content at some point in the future. I don't know when, but at some point. Um, in the meantime, or wait, no. Yes, in the meantime. So, we'll be using this to make reaction video content in the future. And as such, we will have an introduction. There'll be the viewing. There'll be what I call the post-mortem, where we review and react to what we've watched. And then we'll do an outro, and then we'll be done. So that's how this is going to go. And we're going to get started here in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and call up the script. It might be a little early, but I don't care. So there we go. All right. And I think at this point, yeah, I think we're good there. Okay, I've heard about the film, but you don't think you've seen it? Well, I hope you'll be able to watch it along with me. So, all right. Okay, so I mentioned that we will be doing an intro, and we are going to get to that intro. Stupid cables. All right, we're going to get to that intro right now. Hey everyone, Spidey Librarian here, and welcome to Classics Revisited, the live streaming show where I watch a classic movie that I've enjoyed and react to it on the channel. Today's feature is going to be the 1987 horror comedy, The Monster Squad. Now, please keep in mind that as Classics Revisited is both a reaction and watch party, this will serve as a reaction and watch party to the 1987 horror comedy film. Wow, I can't remember the name of the title. The Monster Squad. Okay, so this movie came out when I couldn't have been more than 10 years old at the time. And at that particular juncture in my life, I'm pretty sure I was very much into the classic movie monsters: Dracula, The Mummy, Wolfman, Frankenstein, the creature from the Black Lagoon, whatever you want to call them. I was like into all of that. I was reading scary stories. I was a weird little kid. I was. And so when this movie came out, it was basically, I think the premise is essentially a bunch of neighborhood kids who are really crazy about these monsters versus these monsters when they come to town and try to throw everything in darkness and nobody believes them about what's going on. I was like, that's me. And so I wanted to naturally watch a movie starring, well, me, at least at that point in my life. And, the marketing was amusing, and the movie itself ended up being pretty funny. I enjoyed it. I don't know if my parents enjoyed it. And at the time I didn't care. I was like, this is exactly what I needed in a monster movie that was kid friendly, basically. So I'm looking forward to revisiting this because I have not seen this movie since like 1987 or 1988 or whenever it was, whenever I finally got my eyes on it. So it has probably been close to 40 years since I've seen this movie. Is it going to hold up? We're going to find out. We're going to do that in just a moment. If you enjoy these reactions, please go ahead and thwip the like button. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. Also, consider sharing this out to your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reaction to these media. Excuse me. Phlegm. All right. Whether you like or dislike this film, let me know why in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you about this film. And finally, you can find the full and unedited live stream of this reaction on my YouTube channel. There is a master playlist of all movies that I've watched and reacted to, and I'm dividing them up into shorter playlists, usually by genre. The Monster Squad would fall into horror, comedy. I'm not sure if there are any other genres it falls into. What did I categorize them as? Okay, so it falls into horror, comedy, fantasy and action, which does kind of comport with how I view a lot of these things. But whichever of those playlists you go looking for, be sure to look for them on my YouTube channel under the category Watch Party. All right, and I think that's everything. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get the headphones on and we're going to watch this in just a moment. All right. And for the record, I have no idea who is starring in this. I'll be like, if I see a familiar face, I'm going to be surprised. But it is the 80s. And I'm pretty sure there were some semi-famous, like, up-and-comers in this one. I don't know. We'll find out soon. So, okay, there we go. Let me go ahead and get my tools out. Okay. All right. And I'm going to go ahead. When I give out the whip, about a second later, I'm going to hit play. And then about a second after that, I'm going to hit start on the timer. So to give myself a little bit of breathing space, I'm going to go ahead and just put about 2 seconds on the timer right there. And now, hopefully by the time I hit, like by the time I resume the timer, excuse me, hopefully by the time I resume the timer, things will be more or less synced up. All right? Okay. Let me make sure I've got everything the way I want it before we go. All right. Okay, everyone. 1987's The Monster Squad. Here we go. Okay. There we are. All right. 100 years before this story begins, it was a time of darkness in Transylvania. A time when Dr. Abraham Van Helsing and a small band of freedom fighters conspired to rid the world of vampires and monsters and to save mankind from the forces of eternal evil. They blew it. I'm just reading. I'm just reading this. I'm just totally reading this. All right. I don't. Whoa. Okay. Thunderclap. Right into the title. You're in a graveyard. I don't know. Seeing the cast list, I'm like, I don't know who this person is. I don't know who that person is. Yeah. So far, nothing. Nope. Mary Ellen Trainor sounds kind of familiar. And no. Ooh, Transylvania. Skeletons on a pike. Jonathan, nope. Nope. No clue who any of these people are. Okay. So I assume we're 100 years ago in Transylvania. This is Dracula's castle. Oh, look. The coffin is opening. The hand just comes out and just rests there. Like, that's purely just to establish mood. It's not like they're actually trying to get out. They're doing that specifically for the camera. Oh, hey. Didn't realize bats had glowing eyes like that. See, 10-year-old me would have been like, oh, hell yes, this is awesome. And now he just drops down from hanging upside down as a bat And he's already dressed in his cape and suit and everything. That's Dracula. I am General Dracula. Mwahaha. Okay, this was written by Shane Black and Fred Decker. Shane Black, I believe, didn't he direct Iron Man 3? Or have I got my names mixed up? Whoa. Oh, Feeding on Rats. Okay. Okay, if you guys are going to attack vampires, why are you going to the castle at night? Oh, well, she went down really easy once you shot a wooden stake into her heart. Is that okay? Is this some kind of magical jewel gem thing? Oh God, why are you? You should have gotten her there quicker. Should have gotten her there earlier in the day. Oh, hey, living dead bodies, love it. Dude, let the girl read. If she has to read, shut up. And we've created. Whoa. Little girl opens that portal and gets sucked in. That does not seem fair. And this dude's struggling with the Crypt Keeper over here. Just throw him into the vortex. And we've cut to black. Okay. And now we're in, well, present day 1980s. So, present day 40 years ago. 38 years ago. I don't know. Oh, God. The balding principal trope. You gotta love it. Yeah. Spider-Man? Okay, so these kids like to draw monsters. Big deal. Don't say that. Dude, you just threw your friends under the bus. He's like, I don't think he intended to, but he was kind of an ass. Oh my God, stop. Stop. So we start Oh, we don't know the. Oh, okay, all right. That was probably not the smartest thing to say. I'd, oh my, wow, wow. Okay, so we've got some homophobia going on in the script. She has an odd look about her. Stop it. They don't even. Oh. Okay, all right. So lots of bullying. One of those bullies is Fred Savage's older brother in The Wonder Years. I can't remember the actor or the character's name, but I know that face. Ooh, Jesus. They just ripped a guy's comics up right in front of his face. That's unforgivable. All the bullies. And who's this guy? Greaser Greg? EJ? That's like an even bigger bully. Damn. Oh. So the bully is getting bullied by the bigger bully who is a friend of the guy he was bullying, making him eat a freaking candy bar that he stomped on and put in the ground in front of everybody. Gross. See, these are the kinds of questions that I would ask. Like, could Wolfman ride a car or drive a car? Wolf dork. Yeah, you got kids talking about homoing out, and you got people using the F word that rhymes with maggot in this movie. So it's definitely it shows its age pretty badly in some ways. Outdated movie tropes. So their friends, they call their friend Fat Kid. Yeah, the little girl looks familiar. Monster test? What does he care? Oh, right. This guy, scary German guy, I think they called him. If I remember correctly, he comes in clutch. Okay, a couple of meatheads driving an old or piloting an old airplane. Oh, great. Uh huh. Hey, maybe the contents have settled during shipping, huh? That's maybe not the best idea, but sure, why not? The plot needs it. See, I would have just like closed the compartment between the pilot and the cargo or the freight or whatever you want to call it. Dude, are you serious? Dracula doing a Batman impersonation right there. Don't you guys kind of need the pilots to, pilot the plane? Don't you think maybe attacking them is a bad idea? Wow. I mean, the effects are key. I'm not going to deny that. But like, nice little display of I'm gonna flex my monster muscles here now. Now that's interesting. Coffins underwater. Isn't that a problem for a vampire? Yeah, you just got defeated by a pilot, Dracula. Okay, that's a pretty cool clubhouse. Oh. Okay, peeping on girls. Got it. See, he looks vaguely familiar too. Seriously, why would you call your friend Fat Kid? Like, yes, he's the Fat Kid, but uh, oh God, I know about lunchtime. Wolfsbane. Yeah, Wolfsbane, and they don't answer. Okay, yeah. Was he going to start munching on a carrot? Why would the mother stop them from doing that? It's like the healthiest snack you could eat. Mom is trolling him here. Van Helsing is the one who fights Godzilla, right? No, Mom, no. Okay, so they're gonna need their German neighbor. Okay, where did Dracula score a hearse with a custom skull decal on it? Just rolls up literally in a hearse. So he's got to leave Transylvania and come to America. Okay, nice little effect with the lightning there. That was interesting. Okay, so his dad's a cop. Groundhog Day Part 12. Wait, Groundhog Day? About a guy with an axe? What is this? Wow. Oh my god. And the smoking, yeah. Put your basic lid on it? My god. Okay, so this cop, the black guy looks familiar too, but I'm not sure where I've seen him. Oh, she's disappointed. Mm-mm. No, you don't get to say that. I'm sorry, when they're a cop and work calls, all right, I'm not the hugest fan of law enforcement, but when you got a job and they call and you're supposed, you know that you're on call, like that's it. Oh God, this guy is the Wolfman, isn't he? Wow. Okay, the guy yelling who just got shot. He he looked vaguely familiar too. I don't know. Maybe it's just from this movie. I don't know. Okay, his partner's just given up way too easily. Well, they do in this movie. They do tonight. All right, that's just all there is to it, and you got to live with that. So let's see. Dracula's here. The mummy's up and walking about. That dude looks like he's the Wolf Man. We need what? Frankenstein and Creature from the Black Lagoon, I think. Okay, is this the guy that got shot? Yep. Uh, body transformations. I mean, we saw it coming. He's on the roof watching the movie, and the dad joins him, and he brought Burger King. Well, got called away, missed the appointment. So he's like, well, I'm in the doghouse. Looks like you're in the doghouse. Let's just watch the movie together from the roof. Pretty cool dad, actually. Don't care for the smoking, but, whatever. Okay, this guy's just not very likable and kind of brings a lot of this on himself. And now we got Wolfman stalking through the forest, being all wolfy and stuff. Is that a mask he's wearing? Oh, silver-tipped cane. Nice. And there's the mummy. All right. So, like, Dracula's assembling his lieutenants, I guess? I don't know. And they're following him. Okay. Creature from the Black Lagoon is next, isn't he? Because this looks like a swampy area. Is he, like, using the cane to summon the creature? How? Oh. Okay, no, it's Frankenstein. Okay, all right. At least that's... Oh. The creature from the Black Lagoon brought up Frankenstein. Again, 10-year-old me was just giddy at the assembly of all of these movie monsters. I mean, what? Are Frankenstein and Dracula supposed to be friends? I don't get that. And really, it's not Frankenstein, it's Frankenstein's monster, but whatever. Okay, that is a weird cane, but sure, why not? Oh, okay, so the cane has earbuds, and you're going to play him his favorite music to wake him up, right? Old friend. So it's a lightning rod cane. It's alive! Right? Right? There he is. Okay, so the look on Dracula's face when he awoke, it's like, are you guys lovers? They must be really good friends because wow. I was like, "Oh my god, I've missed you so much," you know. Uh-huh. You better Uh-huh. Yep. I saw that coming. Didn't see that coming as a kid though. That probably came out of nowhere for me. Oh, okay. So the kids are not exactly happy that, well, Sean here is not happy that his parents are fighting. So the monster stuff is partially an escape, you know? Mr. Alucard? What? Interested in having what? Yeah, Alucard, Dracula backwards. I want to see that message one more time. Now, I think as a kid, I never twigged to that. Like the whole Alucard thing didn't become apparent to me until I started playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Who is this? Okay. One of those toys is definitely from the 80s. I think it was called like My Favorite Monster or something like that. This kid is dead quiet in the closet. The mummy. Oh, come on. You didn't even look in the closet, dude. This is the most unhelpful dad ever. And the mummy just slithered out the window. Okay. We're the Monster Squad. Enhead? He's like, yeah, I knew it. Silver bullets. Okay, who is this kid? Who's this little kid? Did you stop calling him fat kid? Jesus, call him Horace. They found it at an old house? Why? What were they doing in the house? What are you going to do? I mean, you've got a diary in German. I guess they're going to go talk to that girl. But someone carried the dog up, all right? Leave the dog alone. The dog is the best part of the club, all right? I'm not even a dog person and I'm saying this. That was I don't know that was just funny to me. Like, did Dracula have a safe house in the U.S. or something? Okay, so he's not talking so much. Yes, yes. Let's figure out more about the relationship between you two. I'm really curious about this. Okay. How does he know that children have it already? He didn't directly assent to that. Yep. Okay. So, scary German guy. I mean, yeah. You go up and knock. Yeah. This guy could. What does being German have to do with it? That's funny. Dude asks, what's German for please don't murder us? And German guy comes up behind them and translates and says it in German. That's great. I love it. Uh-oh. Wow, he's feeding them. There we go. So the Frankenstein monster with the little girl, that's scare inducing if you have any knowledge of that scene from the original Frankenstein. Scary German guy's bitching. Well, he's turning out to be an excellent host. Feeding them pie, Pepsi, translating the diary for them. Evil. So the amulet must be like a fairy artifact or something. Because, like, and I'm getting all this from the Dresden Files, but like, fairy, or at least according to the court of the various courts of the Fae, there are nights like Halloween where like stations go into flux, basically. Immortals can be slain, things like that. And so it feels like this item would be a fairy artifact. It's one hell of a vortex. Uh oh. Which means you don't have much time. We've got prep work to do, folks. Well, maybe. Looks a bit like a Nosferatu. And he wouldn't be able to go in the sunlight either. Oh, so that mark on his forearm, I think that may have been a tattoo given to the Jewish who were held at concentration camps. So he would know a thing or two about monsters, human monsters. Yes, but you need to find a virgin. I love the spit take right there. That was great. Would you stop calling him fat kid? God, I hate that. Dude, scary German guy was awesome to you. Okay, all right. Hi, Mr. Frankenstein's monster. How are Yeah, they don't even scream, they just run. Dude, don't jump in the trash can. Why? Why would you do that? Oh, and the little girl takes his hand. The little girl saying don't be chicken shit is great. Tiny little girl, don't be chicken shit. Of course, Frankenstein's monster is really easy to recognize. Dude, that's his sister. I saw that coming. I would say yes at this point. You brought us a monster. No, no, no. Scraps. Okay. Okay. Oh no, what is he doing? Oh my god. How is it that the voyeurism in this movie? Oh. It's a mask of, well, Boris Karloff's Frankenstein. Yeah, this is my face, isn't it? My face is being used to sell masks. Oh, he's asking if he's scary. It's like, no, you're not scary. We love you. So, Frankenstein's monster has kind of inadvertently turned against Dracula. I forgot about that. Okay, and he is just all about that wall. Is the Wolfman just wearing a mask? How has this remained hidden for hundreds of years? Except these kids. Except for these kids. Oh, this is very 80s rock music here. Kids on bikes. Here we go. Who is this? Oh, okay. Man, I figured Rudy would be too cool for these kids, but like he's like going. He's committing. He's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm working on this box and wood shop." No, no, no. He's sharpening stakes. All right, this kid is a Spider-Man fan. So, Eugene, you rock. All right, you rock, little dude. I see that Spider-Man poster. I see you. Stog lick the envelope. And what is he doing? The he's making business cards. Okay, just because it's called silverware doesn't mean it's going to make silver when you melt it down. Where is he? It's like, how is he making? Wait, whoa. Oh, oh, they took the silver utensils out of her mother's. Okay, never mind. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to steal this bow and arrow here. Um, what did he do a spit take for? What picture was that? Okay, all right. The kids are having fun. What? Oh, okay, so the human guy, the wolf guy. See, he looks kind of familiar. Okay, so we're just kidnapping girls in town and turning them into vampires, it seems. All right. Oh, spat out the pills. Nice. So Wolfman, or at least his human counterpart, is trying to do the best he can. At least he doesn't want to be controlled by Dracula. Custom seems like. God, this all the smoking just makes me. Ugh. 666 Shadowbrook Road. Okay, one, how does he know that? Two, why would he believe him? Well, that phone is no good anymore. Okay, so we've got sympathy for the Wolfman. We've got sympathy for Frankenstein. Right now, it's like Dracula, the Mummy, and the creature from the Black Lagoon are the real only. They're really the only truly evil ones so far. Patrick. I mean, to be fair, she's pretty cute. Pete. His dog's name is. Whoa. Okay. All right. That's pretty scary. Eugene is just backing off very slowly. Behind us. Dude, turn around. What? Oh, God. Rudy's like, I'm not touching this. Uh, Trying to ask her if she's a virgin. He's basically saying, please just answer the question. Okay, so they took pictures of her while she was undressing, I'm guessing. Yeah, you don't want the world to end. Oh, we can't have that now, can we? Come on, Horace. I refuse to call him Fat Kid. I mean, to be fair, I don't think anyone would be crazy about the whole death thing, but sometimes you gotta put it at risk, Sometimes you gotta take one for the team, especially if you know something bad is going down. That's what Spider-Man would do. I wonder if Eugene named his dog Pete after Peter Parker. Because that kid does have a Spider-Man poster. I'm just saying. Two constellations. Oh, okay. I was like, why did the oh uh-oh. Uh, okay, all right. Horace is at least concerned about him. I'm the leader of the squad. Let's okay. It's a plant. Oh God. It's the Wolf Man. Kick him in the nuts. Wolfman's got nuts. I remember that line now. I'm sure that was in the marketing for the movie. That scene where Horace kicks Wolfman in the crotch. Okay, Vampire Bride girls. Dracula. Wolfman. Well, you're between a rock and three hard places, dudes. What are you gonna do? The Hardy Boys. Trapdoor, of course. Of course. Patrick, come on, man. You guys should be there with them. Ooh, he was crushing on this girl hard, and now she's got an attitude, and he's giving an attitude right back to her. I kind of like it. Maybe the monsters get him. Pirate Bill. See, a little, just a tiny little bit of the Goonies in this movie. Bingo. It's like that amulet is just like, well, it literally lights up a room, so and the lights go out as soon as he takes it. What has he got? Is that pizza? Is there garlic pizza? Okay, that was funny. Dude smeared a pizza in Dracula's face. That was funny. Kicking Wolfman in the nuts and smearing a pizza in Dracula's face. Doesn't Scary German Guy have a name? You know, like Horace? Oh, we got the amulet. There's a lot of people in church this late at night. Really? Are you coming or not, asshole? Jesus. It's the mummy! Oh, wow. That is a very dexterous mummy. He's able to grab onto the car as it swerved past. Okay, the dog just pulled one of Mummy's bandages. Oh, oh, nice. And now the bandages are gonna get pulled off the mummy. That sort of, that was great. I'm sure his breath was a lot worse than band-aids, but wow. Okay, that was funny. You keep saying you're a very good policeman, but actions indicate otherwise. Are you kidding? It's the hearse from hell? What? It phased through? Okay, alright. Well, so much for that. Ooh. Okay, the hearse phases through a cop car, runs over the fence. Okay, so you've lost Dracula, you've lost your mummy, you've lost Frankenstein, you've lost your Wolfman, it seems like. You've basically got the creature from the Black Lagoon and this dynamite in your hand. And you're going to use it to blow up their clubhouse? I don't even know where it is. It's a dick move, Dracula. I know you're evil, but that is just mean. Oh, God. Get out from the car. Okay, all right. So, Dell's partner never cared for him. The way he died, that was kind of stupid. Dude couldn't get out of the car in time, really? Dracula just casually blows it up. His face looks mildly familiar, but I don't know. I'm sorry, what did you say, you pervert? You'll have my son? And she's gonna faint, right? Okay, she didn't faint. I'm surprised. Okay, so to be fair, her reaction, if I had just watched a man turn into a bat in front of me, I probably would have lost it too. Like, how is that even possible? Is it John or hurry up, come on. You got to get involved in this. Let's do it. So, a church is kind of a smart choice because monsters shouldn't be allowed to go into hallowed ground. Do we know anyone who knows how to pick a lock? The little girl's like, you guys. Oh, here come the brides of Dracula. Forgot about that. Jesus. Okay. Scary German guy. Scary German guy is helping with the translation. That's, oh God, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna go and tangle with them? I mean, I appreciate the balls on this kid, but my God, you're immortal. Ooh. Just freaking murked her. Why are you just standing there? I mean, she was just too slow. That was just on her. That was just on her. Dad to the rescue. It's Big Ugly Bat. Oh, shot the bat away. That's a pissed off dad right there. And he's going after him too. Oh, okay. Dad may be a lousy husband and he may smoke too much, but dude's a papa bear. Like, nope, you don't go after my kid. Yeah, you look like crap, dude. Yo, suck on this, you son of a bitch. Uh, he's got Wolfman. Wolfman is back on Dracula's side for now. But that dynamite's gonna go. Oh, I mean, I'm glad Wolfman has been dealt with, but you know, the human that was trying to protect everyone deserved better. Oh, great. I mean, you know, that's a little bit of gore. A little bit. Oh. Okay, I guess since it wasn't silver dynamite, it doesn't count. He's gonna knit himself back together, isn't he? Shouldn't something be happening? Yeah. Okay, all right. Wolfman's not out of the fight here. Okay. Okay, did he just kill all three of the girls? I guess he did. Wow. That's not going to do anything. Oh, wow. She lied. What is. What? You don't get to say who. Okay, liar. Little liar. Takes out the bullets, puts in the silver bullet. Oh, man. You only got one silver bullet? I thought you had more than one. Okay. Oh. And the human, he took human form. And says thank you and dies. Wow. Dynamite certainly didn't do it. They're having no. Is she a version? So German guy and the tiny little sister are going to read the book, the passage to summon Limbo. Okay, all right. I remember this now. Well, I remember of it, I guess. Are you serious? Horace, you're gonna use a shotgun? Okay, the bully is not letting him in. Okay. Well, Horace. Okay. So let's see. Horace got one. Uh Good. I like that. My name is Horace. So Horace got Gill Man, or Black Lagoon creature. Rudy got like all three brides and Wolfman. Okay, Dracula doing yet another Batman impersonation here. Just taking out cops like it's his job. Did you not know how to pull a trigger, buddy? Oh. Scary German guy going up to Dracula. And now Dracula's going to bully a little girl for the amulet. Dude, that's his sister. Why are you letting him do that to your sister? Or your child, for that matter. Dracula lifts her up by her chin and then calls her a bitch? Look who's not dead. Hello, Frankenstein. Okay, so stab through the heart, but I'm pretty sure that's not wood. I think that's iron. Oh. Okay, so okay. All right. I was like, where did the vortex come from? There it is. So, are you serious? Leave them alone. Okay, so Sean versus Dracula as Dracula gets dragged to the vortex. Ooh. Oh. Grab one of Rudy's steaks. Ah, I'm guessing that's Van Helsing. On you, kid. And now they will forever struggle in the void between realities. No! Save the doggo! Oh my god, it's pulling all kinds of stuff through. Oh, oh. Frankenstein's got to go, doesn't he? Oh, oh. She threw scraps to him. Oh, how is she safe behind a bench when it's pulling frickin' trucks into it? Oh, I would be sad too if my friend that I had made got pulled through the vortex. Oh, she's upset. Oh, the army gets here. Little too late, but sure, whatever. Yeah, they bringing in all kinds of men, vehicles, and weapons. Eugene. Oh, Eugene wrote them a letter. Who are you? For this one business card. We're the Monster Squad. And that's it. Credits. Oh wow. We got a rap song for this movie. I forgot about this. Yeah. This is literally the Monster Squad song. This is awesome. Okay. So it was Sean, not John. Yeah, I don't know any of these guys. This is excellent. Monster Squad. Man, they went all out for this. I mean, this movie got its own theme song. We got a dude rapping about them. Okay, how much time do we have left? We got about 4 minutes left on credits, so I'm gonna let that run. Oh, is it fading out already? Okay, all right. So there's a lot from this movie that I do not remember from my childhood. All right, and some things that I probably do remember that I don't want to, like some of the homophobic jokes, some of the fat jokes. I really had issues with Horace just letting people call him fat kid most of this movie. I mean, I like that they pay it off at the end, so there is a purpose to them doing that, but it's still kind of like, wow, you're listening to it now and it's like, God, that does not code well. Um, there's there's some peeping tomism. Um, so yeah, you have fat shaming, you have voyeurism, and you have some homophobic language in this movie. So yeah, but here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. All right, and I'm not making excuses here, but this movie really is a product of its time. This is from the 1980s. I remember kids my age at that time saying things like faggot and stuff like that to each other, which, again, not excusing it, but this is the language that that we were grown up with, that was modeled in front of us, that a lot of the cool kids were saying. Um, and thank goodness language evolves and changes over time, because I'm looking back on it now and I'm just like, "Yee, that is no bueno." However, this was still a fairly entertaining movie. Some of the effects are kind of hokey, and there are one or two like kind of plot points where it's like, that was really lazy writing. That was just, I don't know, like they could have done that better. Um, but it's a movie that definitely appeals to that fantasy of, you know, kids on bikes saving the day, which was definitely a thing in the 80s. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I definitely can cringe at some parts of it, but I could definitely say I enjoyed this one. So, all right, how much time do we have left? We've got 20 seconds, so we're just about done here. Let me go ahead and just make sure. The Monster Squad. But okay, all right. There we go. That was it. All right. Okay, all right. Let me go ahead and just reset the timer. I keep forgetting to do stuff like that, and I really need to get better about it. But, we do what we can do. So, all right. CG can't stand homophobic jokes in films. For example, he saw Beverly Hills Cop for the first time a few years ago and mostly liked it, but there's a homophobic scene in it that he felt offended by. Um, I get that. I understand that. Like, here's the thing, okay? Because you're going to encounter that language, and that and when I say language, I don't just mean talking. I'm talking about visual language too. Um, you're going to encounter that kind of thing, especially if you go looking back at movies, um, from just really any decade, previous. I mean, it gets worse the further back you go. And that's mainly because, again, like, attitudes have shifted over time and language has shifted with those attitudes. And so trying to I'm not trying to defend any of these movies. I'm not trying to, say that it's okay that they made these kinds of scenes and jokes and things like that. However, I will say that while we are allowed to have any opinion we want about anything we want, I would also point out that, you know, it's looking at these kinds of scenes that kind of help to show that, maybe, it shows how far we've come since then in a lot of ways. And so, you know, I don't, again, like, feel however you want about something. But if you're going to condemn a movie from 40 years ago based on one scene, I think that's a problematic perspective to have. Um, like, you can condemn that scene and be like, yes, that is a terrible scene and everything. But if that one scene colors the entire movie for you, unless that scene is specifically what the movie is about, I feel like you have to have a bit more flexibility in terms of how you perceive things. And CG, if I remember correctly, you're a fairly young guy. Um, that will come with time. That will come with time. There is definitely a sense of absolutism that you have when you're younger. And I don't remember how old you are. You're under 25, right? Um, yeah, that changes over time. And that's partially due to, like, it's partially due to neuroscience. Your brain doesn't get fully developed until you've hit about 25, 26 years of age, depending on, your own biology and everything. But it also just comes with experience and perspective and everything. I mean, like, I love the movie Ghostbusters. I've shown it at the library. And you know what? I don't know if I'd show it at the library again because there is one scene in it that makes me really uncomfortable. All right. It's the scene where, ghosts giving out blowjobs, basically, Um, and it's kind of one of those things. It's like, okay, all right, I need to make a decision. Do I show this movie? And then just like, if anyone if anyone wants to talk about that part, just be like, yeah, this is what they did in the 80s. Or do I just not show the movie at all? And I mean, I'll probably end up showing it again at some point because it's a really good movie. But it bears all of the hallmarks from the 80s, some of which includes some fairly inappropriate humor, you know? So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and oh, that's fair. That's completely fair, and I understand that. So, but you are on the younger side, if I'm not mistaken, right? Right? Just tell me, just tell me that. And if you don't want to tell me here, tell me somewhere else. That's fine. So, all right. Anyways, let's see. Let's go ahead and do the post-mortem. So, all right. Okay, and that was the Monster Squad from 1987. And I gotta say, I mean, overall, I think it held up pretty well, at least in terms of entertainment value. Now, there are definitely some reasons, like, I definitely understand why this didn't get a sequel. And I definitely understand why, a lot of people may not remember it. But this is a film that definitely has its fans, and I'm one of them. Um, it taps into that fantasy, especially like when if you were a kid back in the 80s, like I was, you're kind of looking at, you're looking at if I don't know, if you were like me and you were reading scary stories to tell in the dark, and you were reading up research about Dracula and Godzilla and Frankenstein and stuff like that, this movie taps into that. Oh my God, what if my weird little bit of knowledge could help save the world? And so you've literally got kids on bikes who are obsessed with the Universal Pictures monsters battling the Universal Pictures monsters, and it works pretty well. Now again, there's a lot about this movie that did not age well, and at least for me, that's a lot. There's definitely some homophobic language that goes into this movie. There's some voyeurism that actually does, end up serving kind of a purpose, tiny little purpose, but like that stuff made me uncomfortable. And then the flippin' fat shaming. Okay, these kids in this club called their friend Horace fat kid. It's like, I get that Horace is Horace wasn't even that fat, okay? Like, yeah, okay, he was a little overweight. He was not fat, all right? And they pay that off at the end of the movie when Horace takes down the creature from the Black Lagoon with a shotgun, and then he's like, "My name is Horace," and he cocks the gun. Like, okay, all right, I guess I'll allow that because that at least gets paid off with Horace asserting himself at the end of the movie. But like up until that point, it's pretty difficult to hear all of that. And I'm just like, oh God. So with all that said, and again, there were some lazy writing parts. I felt like Dell's partner dying the way he did. I felt like that was unnecessarily dramatic and didn't need to happen. Um, all Dracula had to do was just turn into a bat and fly off and just be like, yeah, no. There are some questions about like how do they know some of the things they know? How does Dracula know that he's got a where does Dracula find like a flippin' safe house that contains the amulet? And I don't know. There were definitely some like, how is this possible? Like there are quite a few of those moments in this, but with all that said, it's still very entertaining because you've got characters who, again, they've got their flaws, but they've also, they've also got their charm. They relate well to each other. I thought Rudy, I thought Rudy was just going to be another bully, the one who was just too cool to be a part of this monster club. And Rudy went hard. He's like, yeah, I'm in. I'm gonna make wooden stakes for these guys. I'm gonna go, talk to other uh, you know, older uh, young women to about adult things that the kids are probably too awkward to ask about. I'm getting awkward just saying it. Um, and again, that fantasy that it taps into, just fighting monsters, even as a kid. Um, I frankly like. Um, One of my viewers said that there had been talk about making a like a remake of this movie, or was it a sequel or a remake? It was probably a remake. But that probably never happened. Dude, I would love to see a remake of this movie. I think a remake of this movie would be so freaking cool, especially if they updated things like the language and frankly, some of the special effects, and they did a better job with the writing. You could have like, I don't know, an CG, you may not agree with me on this, but you could have someone like James Gunn, all right? Partner James Gunn and Shane Black together and have them make this movie, okay? I think you would get a really funny movie that won't take itself too seriously and that a lot of people will enjoy. But yeah, like again, just the kind of visual language of this movie, I really liked it. Um Again, one or two plot and characterization points were like, yeah, all right, they could have done without that. But like scenes like the dad like sneaking up onto the roof with his son to watch the movie, Rudy rescuing Horace from those bullies by making them eat the candy bar that they had stomped on, you know, and just looking even the wolf man, the human, like the wolf man, um sorry, the Wolfman when he was human. Like, I really like little characterization bits like that, and they really do help elevate the movie from what could have been just like, B movie rubbish to something that, of, while not filmmaking of the highest caliber, it's still entertaining and has enough heart. Like I got choked up pretty close to the end where Frankenstein ends up going through the portal and what was the little girl's name? I can't remember her name. But she's holding onto his hand and begging him not to go, and I don't know. I really really liked that. I don't know. Like I felt like there was just enough heart in this movie to make it so that um people are going to like it even if it's not, the best made movie in the world. In terms of a letterbox, rating. I wouldn't give this a 4. I would definitely give it more than a 3 though. So I would probably go with a 3 and a 3.5 on this. Um, it it is it is entertaining. It is definitely not without its flaws, but I feel like I feel like the ensemble of actors does a good enough job, you know, pulling off like, their characters and making them likable and relatable and working well with each other. That I think this movie was just it was fun, and it was fun to revisit it. I really did like it. So um, all right. I think, let me think. Yeah, I think I've pretty much said all I have to say about that. So, again, it's been, I'm going to go out on a limb and say at least a good 36 to 37 years since I have seen the Monster Squad. And at least for me, with some caveats, but I would say this held up pretty well. I definitely enjoyed this rewatch, and hopefully you did as well. Thank you for watching this reaction. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and thwip the like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. Also, consider sharing this out to your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reaction to these media. What'd you think of this movie? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know why in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you about this film. You can find the full and unedited live stream of this reaction on my YouTube channel. There is a master playlist of all movies that I've watched and reacted to, and I'm dividing them up into shorter playlists, usually by genre. The Monster Squad would be under horror, comedy, fantasy, and action. Whichever of those playlists you go looking for, make sure you look for them on my YouTube channel under the category Watch Party. Oh, and finally, channel memberships are now live on the Spidey Librarian YouTube channel. Check out the membership tiers and see which benefits you'd like access to. Perks include shoutouts, members-only videos, members-only live streams, and early access to selected uploaded content, and a few other benefits as well. And that's not even mentioning my custom emotes and badges, which I think look pretty good. Check out the membership tiers today and see which perks you'd like access to. All right, and I think that's everything. So thanks again for watching. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. All right, CG is not against the idea of James Gunn remaking Monster Squad. He doesn't love all of his work, but if he made a fun monster film, it could be good. Yeah, and I mean, that's just me spitballing. I mean, if you got Shane Black and James Gunn to work together, because Shane Black worked on the original movie, I think that could work. I think it could work. Okay, let's see. Let's go all the way back and see what we have to say. All right. Okay. CG thinks that he first heard about the film when he saw the Nostalgia Critics review. Really? I'll have to check that out. I know of Nostalgia Critic, and I think I've watched a few of his reviews, but I haven't watched a lot of his stuff. Mary Ellen Trainor has a cameo appearance in Ghostbusters 2. Was she the mother of the kid that was played by Jason Reitman? Is that who she is? Mary Ellen Trainor used to be married to Robert Zemeckis, so that could be why you heard of her. It's likely why she has a cameo appearance in the second Back to the Future film. Really? What was her cameo in that? Okay. 1987 seems to be the year that Shane Black's movie career got started because in addition to co-writing The Monster Squad, he wrote the buddy comedy starring Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Oh, Lethal Weapon. Okay, yeah. Growing up, Dracula quickly became a favorite character, or sorry, CG's favorite of the iconic monster characters. He thinks that it was an early sign that he think vampire characters are really cool. I mean, vampires are cool, I often don't like Frankenstein's monster being called Frankenstein. I feel like it makes things confusing. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I get why people do it, but like, come on, let's be proper about this, Like, and frankly, I wouldn't mind if Frankenstein's monster actually was given a name, they could have called him Mitch. I'd be like, hey, it's Mitch, the terrifying Mitch. I don't know. But yeah, like, I don't know. I wish they wouldn't call him Frankenstein, even though I get why they do it. All right. Dracula and Frankenstein's monster seem to be the two most popular of the monster characters, so them being excited to see each other could be a reference to that. I mean, yeah, but I really wish if this movie had could have done something more with that, I really would have liked to have seen that. I would have liked to have seen like how they became friends, And here it's like, oh, my old friend, and he looks so happy to see him, and then like Frankenstein then ends up turning on him. I would have liked to have known what was it that made these two have some kind of alleged bromance that Dracula seems to be emoting when he sees him. Alucard being Dracula backwards is something that CG learned from the Batman versus Dracula. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I learned it. I mean, I'm pretty sure I read it when I was a kid, but it definitely became ingrained in my memory when I was playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night, because in that game you play as Alucard, and that's one of my favorite video games that I have ever played. Like, that is just a damn good video game with a really good story. And it's pretty much the granddaddy of the Metroidvania genre, along with Metroid and Super Metroid. All right, yes, okay, so there was talk about remaking the film, but it didn't happen. Damn, I wish that could have happened. All right, seems like certain aspects of the film didn't age great, like the weight jokes and the sexist stuff. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. You look too young to have grown up during the time when the film came out. Thank you. Thank you. I am extremely lucky and I will not deny it. So, it seems like Spider-Man. Oh, right. Yeah, it seems like Spider-Man was referenced a lot in films and pop culture. In general, long before the 2002 film, for example, there's the truck face in Maximum Overdrive that looks like Green Goblin, which is, I believe, a Stephen King film. And Sean was wearing a t-shirt at the beginning. I think it said Stephen King rules or something like that. I don't know. Sometimes it's cool when a film is short. Yes, I will not deny that. Yes, it is. You hope that the film was fun for me to rewatch. It totally was. I definitely liked it. Again, it has its issues, both in terms of, you know, some of its social awareness, but also just in some of the like filmmaking basics as well. So, let's see, and I think we're mostly caught up. I think that she was the mother. Okay, yeah, I think you're right. I think she was. The nostalgia critic grew up in the 1980s, so he's likely reviewed a lot of films that I grew up with. Okay. You know what movie I bet he has reviewed? I, I like if he's reviewed anything that I grew up watching, if he and I are contemporaries, I bet you dollars to donuts he reviewed The Wizard. I bet you I would bet good money that he definitely reviewed that. I might be wrong, but I'm not. Okay, all right. And it is 4:07. Wow. I got started late, but Monster Squad was a fairly short movie, so looks like I'm ending out at a fairly decent time. So, all right. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Again, thanks to those of you who are who either joined me here, which would be CG for certain, and especially if any of you are catching this on the VOD and watching the whole thing, thank you for watching this as well. I appreciate it very much. But I think I'm going to go ahead and call it for today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it very much. Take care. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Bye.